So I do believe this is going to be part 2 of your next test review packet, right?
Part 2 of 2?
Part 2. This week's quiz will be part 3. And then the Friday after that, May 24th,
our last test
is test 8.
I'm almost done with this horrible class.
Almost done. I'm almost done with you horrible students. Okay. So let's go over this quiz. First of all, shush. Point A, radius of 2 and an angle of pi. So that's going to be this point right here. Pi is 180 degrees. A lot of people were graphing it as if it were 90. B is negative 3 pi thirds. Pi thirds is this ray. Come on, pen. Work, pen. Pi thirds is this ray right here, but we're not going to go in the direction of that ray because it's a negative 3. So you're actually going to get a B down here. Agreed? 210 degrees is this ray. And so when we go out to a radius of 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you're going to get this point right here. And then finally, negative 45 degrees is this ray. But we go in the negative direction of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there. Agreed?
Yeah.
And that is point D. So there's your points A, B, C, and D. I actually came up with a genius way of grading this quiz. Right? I just put it down on top of your quiz. And I saw all the things line up. That's smart.
Wow,
There's the
you're
rows.
so smart. Should I bow to you? Is that what you want?
I would love that.
Do you really want me to?
Yeah?
Okay.
Stand on the desk and do it.
On the desk?
No, I'm just teasing. Sit down. Okay.
I love bowing. Weird. Like I
Number
bow to
2.
people, also like Bert and people. I do.
Convert points B and D to rectangular form. So for B, we are just going to type in negative 3 cosine. Now it says pi thirds, so I should make sure I'm in radians mode. Yep. Negative 3 cosine pi thirds. Except that's on the unit circle. What am I doing? What am I thinking? Cosine of pi thirds is 1/2, so negative 3 times that is going to be negative 3/2. Sine of pi thirds is radical 3 over 2, so it's going to be negative 3 radical 3 over 2. So there's point B. Agreed? I think it's like negative 1.5 comma negative 2.58, something.
2.59.
Right. And then point D, the cosine of negative 45 degrees is radical 2 over 2. So you're going to have negative 4 times radical 2 over 2. So that is negative 2 radical 2. The sine of negative 45 degrees is a negative radical 2 over 2. So when you multiply that by negative 4, you get a positive radical 2 radical 2. So there's points B and D in rectangular form. Both of them are just using our cosine theta and our sine theta to get the x and y coordinates. Agreed? For part 3, converting those points to rectangular, first of all, we have tangent of the angle is going to be a negative 1 over radical 3. So you could have either said negative 30 degrees. My pen stopped working again. You could say negative 30 degrees, or you could say 150 degrees. Both of those have a tangent of negative 1 over radical 3. But when you use the Pythagorean theorem, r squared equals negative radical 3 squared plus 1 squared. So you're going to get an r of plus or minus 2. So if you chose to go with negative 30 degrees, you should have chose the r value of what? Negative 2. If you chose a positive r, then you should have said 150 degrees or something coterminal to it. Okay, does that make sense? Some people said negative 30, but then they said positive 2. That's in quadrant 4. This point is clearly in quadrant 2, left and then up. And then finally, 4, 7 is not on the unit circle, so you can just plug that away into your calculator. So you're probably going to say, and let's put it in, I don't care what mode you're in. I'll go degrees, that's what I did on the answer key. That's what most of you did. So you're going to say inverse tangent of 7/4. And so that's going to give you 60.255 degrees. And then you're going to do the Pythagorean theorem. 16 plus 49 is what, 65? So square root 65 is the radius. Okay. Number 4, r equals 7. That's a basic polar. That's a circle. So we go to radius 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here's the graph of it. And that's a circle centered at the origin with a radius of 7. So that's going to be x squared plus y squared equals 49. You're iffy. Number 5, theta equals negative pi fourths.
Did anybody just draw a random line?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I drew the opposite line.
Okay. Now, it's a line, not a ray. Okay, because it actually could have negative r's, so it goes in both directions. And that's going to be the line y equals negative x. Slope of negative 1 goes through the origin.
That one was mean.
Mean?
Oh, so mean.
So mean. Okay, number 6, 4 plus 4 sine theta. That is a limison, specifically because the 4s are the same number. It is a cardioid. Because it is sine, it's vertical, and because it's plus, it's going to be up. Okay? So I'm going to plug in 0 degrees, 90 degrees, 180 degrees, and 270 degrees. So we plug 0 in, and that outputs 4. So I wanted to see this point. You plug 90 in, that outputs 8. So I would like to have seen that point. Plug 180 in, that outputs positive 4. And then you plug 270 in, and that outputs 0. So you should have a cardioid. That looks something like that. Ooh, that's a good one. You're a little off.
Too skinny.
And then number 7 is going to be a rose with 5 petals.
Is your compass recorded? Never mind.
Yeah.
We're being recorded.
Mhm.
Okay, go.
So, since it's a cosine, we plug 0 degrees in first, and that outputs the number 4. So the point 4 comma 0 is going to be where your first petal is. Let's go ahead and graph that petal. And then all of the petals are going to be 72 degrees from that. Right?
That was I love your
So, yeah, the graphic was pretty graphic. I believe those grids are 7.5 degrees apart. So what I did is in my calculator, I said 72 degrees divided by 7.5, and that tells me how many grid lines to go. So I need to go 9.6 grid lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.6. The next one is going to be at 19.2. So it's like 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.2.
You put that dot at like 9.2.
That's fine.
It's okay,
It's like
Alex.
on the other side.
So then we can go 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.2. And then 4, 8, 9.6. There you go. Oh, that's good. That's a good roast.
What was I this?
Okay, any questions over this quiz? Good.